Hey everyone, how are you all? I'm Madhav, your BITS and today our video would be about my JEE and BITSAT journey. So I'll be honest, I just started making the video, but I'm pretty sure this video could go for a really long time. It could be around 15 or 20 minutes also. I'm just assuming. Let's see at the end. Because I'm a big yapper in real life also. So let's go. I was born and brought up in Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. It is near Amravati. So yeah, it is a pretty big city. And Vijayawada is famous for one thing, that is the Kanakadurga temple. But the other thing it is also famous for is it is a birthplace of the Sri Chaitanya educational institutions, of which I too have been a student for these last 2 years. I completed my 10th in like 2023. It was March approx, and by that time I was already enrolled in Chaitanya, and I went for these few bridge courses and classes and stuff, where I was just given three faculty: one for maths, physics, chemistry. All of them were IITians, Bombay, Kanpur, and Madras. That too. So yeah. Uh, in this bridge course I used to like mostly just enjoy because all of it seemed like basic stuff, and I also attended a foundation in my 9th and 10th. It was really goated, by the way. So I just felt like all this stuff are basic, I can just easily excel in this. But when the classes started, like the official classes with the Chaitanya 8th, 9th and 10th guys, I was getting like a class rank of around 20 to 30, and I thought, okay, maybe that is how it is. Okay, let's just try to improve day by day. And I also had a lot of friends from my school and stuff, and I used to hang around with them. And I am those first bench kind of guys because I thought it's a serious place to study, so why not just sit in the first benches? And yeah, and also our girls and boys would be separated in our classrooms. We were just studying casually, and then the few months I was just meeting people, and I was also trying to study a bit seriously, and I was getting sometimes in within the top 10, sometimes within the top 5 itself, and I was pretty happy with it. And then I slowly moved from like 20 30ish to top 10, and this was within like, you know, 2 to 3 months after I came there, because mostly there used to be copying for like those section segregations and stuff, and everyone just wants to be in the first section, most of them. But yeah, after you came to first section, the copies eventually reduced, and I was like getting in the top 10 and stuff, and I was pretty happy with it. And the thing is, we had a few top performers, and they were like performing really well. And then we used to have this one administrator who was like really
ఎందుకు పుడతారో కూడా తెలియదండి మనుషులు కొంతమంది. బేసిక్ సెన్స్ ఉండదు మనుషుల దగ్గర. ఓకే, సెకండ్ అండి.
So basically what happens is like the administration somehow is convinced that 120 out of 300 is essential for your JEE mains, and they only focus on like JEE mains more than JEE advanced. But then one of our faculty members, who was like an IITian, and he was our Jito Bhaiya, I'll be honest. He was like, mains and all, no one cares that much. Go for advanced. You need to be like preparing for advanced and kind of stuff. But our administrators, there was this one guy whose main purpose is to just take attendance and somehow be responsible for our marks in some higher administrators, though he has nothing to do with our section, to be honest. He had no work than to just come into our class daily during our lunch break, just look at those marks, and then be like, why did you get less marks? Why did you get less marks? That is all he used to do every time, every day during lunch. He couldn't let us eat peacefully. And the thing is, we used to like sit in one place for like 10 to 12 hours, and I was just really getting frustrated. And on top of this, there is also this thing of treating the toppers, like the first like top one or two or three people, differently from the rest. And unfortunately I was a part of those rest, but I was in the top of those rest. So I kind of faced like the negative side of all of this. And whenever he was like really lenient to them, but not that much to us. But then if you're going to like some section 2 or section 3, then he would not be lenient at all. And at the same time, I also had started having a few insecurities about myself that, could I be able to crack all of this JEE and all, and am I good enough, and all this kind of stuff. So what happened is, it slowly, in my 11th, it was just there somewhere in my head, but at the same time I was not that serious into JEE. I just thought like, okay, a random college, I'll just study. I'm anyways a deserving candidate, I'm a talented candidate. I had the confidence, but I also had insecurities somehow. And the chemistry, this is the main point that I have to talk about. In my campus, we always had a really bad chemistry faculty, and they kept changing every month as if they're getting some salaries. Like for August, this faculty, we gave him salary. And then what, September, no, sorry, that guy is just asking for a hike. Now we get another guy. It kind of went something like that, but you know what I mean. They just kept changing and changing, and there was no really good faculty for chemistry. And all of my friends, they started to refer to these other courses like physics wala or those arihants or whatever. They just started referring to some other guides or YouTube channels, and I was just stuck in there because like our administration was really serious about attendance, and I was in the top 1 or 2 or 3. And this inorganic chemistry, it kind of just it pulled my leg and pulled me really down, that I was just crashing every day. Like my physics and chemistry marks would be like above 50 or above 60 or above 70 at times, no matter how hard the paper was. But then my chemistry marks, that would be like 20 or like 10. I even remember at one time it even went to a single digit also. So that is how bad my organic chemistry was. And this is all during our first phase of lectures, that is the first 14 months. And after that came our revision time, which was like about July 2024 to like December. And that time I was like, okay, let's just give a comeback, it's a fresh start again. Our maths sir was recommending some new books, our physics sir was recommending new books. We were given those books, like a model that was like, it's a book, it's basically like some famous coaching's question bank. I won't say the name, but it was given for some top hostel of Vijayawada. And we were also given that copy for the first section only. They segregated again. And there was also this, we were initially in the Sterling batch of those Super 60. Forgot to announce. Okay. Super 60 is basically like those China batches or like the top batches of Chaitanya that you think for IIT. And in that there are 2 paths. One is the Sterling, which used to be like the day scholars, and the Nucleus, which used to be the hostlers. But the thing is, there's just difference in levels, and it mostly used to be a day scholar hostel thing. And our campus, at the start of this revision, they started us Nucleus 10 to 12 people separately, and we were like given some extra materials, extra advices, and we used to write the test of Nucleus and not the Sterling, those kind of things. And what happened was, initially it was like, okay, I'm somehow maintaining, but these insecurities inside me or these fears inside me, they just started amplifying a lot. And at one point, somewhere in near August or September, I completely crashed down one day. I just broke down completely and was like, this is getting too tough.